Hey guys, Shabazz here from AdamState908. Now it's good to be back on YouTube. Was not there on YouTube because I was occupied with a few of my things. I got rid of it yesterday and now I'm back on YouTube. Giving it a fresh start. Today's video I'm going to show you guys how to install macOS 10 Catalina to your computer. This is going to be a new Hackintosh video. Before I start this video, I would like to let you guys know this is a kind of disclaimer that this video is only for learning purpose. Don't use this video for any kind of activity which is not legal. My channel is a place where you guys come and you learn things. Please take an advantage of it. Please learn things. I'm going to divide this video into two parts. The first part is going to be how to make a bootable flash drive for macOS Catalina. The second part is going to be the installation part. And the third part is going to be getting inside the operating system and checking if it works. So yeah, without wasting any further ado, let's get started with the video. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, the first step is going to be making a bootable flash drive for our macOS 10 Catalina. I have already connected my flash drive to my computer. As you guys can see, it shows Clover F partition. This is our bootloader partition which says Clover. This is the partition which will help us to install macOS 10 onto our machine. So I'm going to close this page now and I'll show you guys what you have to do in order to make a bootable partition. First off, you'll have to go to Google and download a setup file for the software called Transmac. So I'm going to open Google. I'll type Transmac download. Third option is the right option to go for. I'm going to click on this. It will bring up this page. You'll have to click on the second link which says tmsetup.exe. You'll have to save the setup file and you'll have to run the setup file. Once the download is complete, you'll have to run the setup file. It will give you the installation wizard. Click on next. Click on accept and agree, click on next, and that will install the Transmac software to your computer. Once you are done installing the software, it will bring up this icon on the screen which will say Transmac. You'll have to right click on it and you'll have to click on run as an administrator. You'll get this page which will have the drives here at the left hand side, USB disk which is right here. Mine is Sony storage media. You'll have to right click on the USB disk and you'll have to click on format disk for Mac. For the first time, it will give you this pop-up. If you format this partition, things will be erased from a flash drive. You'll have to click on yes. I'm not going to click on yes because it took me a lot of time to make the bootable flash drive that will erase the contents from the flash drive. Again, once you are done formatting the disk for Mac, you'll then have to right click on this same option again and you'll have to click on restore with disk image. Once you click on it, it will again bring up this page. Click on yes. This page will ask you to browse for the DMG file for macOS 10. Now you'll have to click on this box which has three dots in it. This will bring up the browser. I'm going to click on Catalina. As you guys can see, this is a very big file which is 8.64 gigs. I'm going to click on cancel and I'll select Catalina and I'll select open. Once I click on OK, the DMG file will be selected in this box. I'll click on OK and that will start the writing process. So guys, you have to wait for a while because this is a very big file which is getting written on your flash drive. Once you're done with it, it will pop up the box which will let you know that the process is completed. You just have to click on OK and that is it. So guys, we are done with the first step of our process, which is making a bootable flash drive for macOS 10 Catalina. I will switch my camera and I will restart my computer and I'm gonna boot my computer using the flash drive which I just made. I'll show you guys how to install macOS 10 Catalina to your computer. So guys, I have switched the camera. This is my monitor. I'm going to turn on my computer and I will go to the boot device option to select my flash drive to boot from. So I'll turn on the computer and start tapping the button which will take me to boot device menu. So for my motherboard, it's F12 because I'm using Gigabyte motherboard. Once you are in the boot device menu, go to the last option which says enter setup, because first we'll have to set up our BIOS in such a way that we will be able to install macOS 10 on it. So let's go to enter setup. Else what you can do is you can turn on the computer and keep on tapping the delete button, which will also take you directly to the setup window. I'm going to enter into my motherboard's BIOS setup. So guys, if you are using Gigabyte motherboard, the options will be similar, but if you guys are using Asus or else MSI motherboard, the options will be a little bit different, but it will not be that different. I'm going to come on BIOS features. I'll scroll down. I'll come on the menu which says Windows 8 features, and I will change it to other OS. I'll go to the second option, boot mode selection. I'll select UEFI and legacy. I'll come to storage boot option control, and I'll go for UEFI first. And I'll then come to the last option which says other PCI devices, and I will go for UEFI OPROM. I'm going to go to save and exit, and I'll click yes, and it will now again restart my computer. I'm going to tap F12 button to come into the boot device menu. Now from here I'll have to come to UEFI Sony storage media, which is my flash drive for macOS 10 Catalina. I'm going to press enter, and it will take me to the Clover bootloader. If you guys can see right here, this is Clover bootloader. I already have, I think, High Sierra installed on my hard drive, which is connected, and it's booting into the operating system now. I have not pressed any button, guys, so I'm gonna have to show you what exactly you guys have to select. I'm gonna restart my computer again. I'm gonna again come to the Clover bootloader page, because it just straight away went to directly boot from the flash drive. So this is again it. I'm going to go for UEFI Sony storage media, and once I see the Clover bootloader, you see this small thing here. This shows that we are selecting, this shows what options we are selecting here. So I'll come on the first one, which is boot Mac OS installed from macOS Catalina. So this is my flash drive. I will press the space bar on this, and I'll come down, and this is the option I'm looking out for, which says use NVIDIA web drivers. I'll come on this, and I'll press spacebar to check mark this box. If my camera can focus, guys, my camera is not focusing. Okay, you guys won't be able to see it properly, but it says that it says use NVIDIA web drivers, and there's this command here. So come on this option and press spacebar to tick mark this box or check mark that box, and go to option which says boot Mac OS with selected option, the first one, and press enter. So we are booting from our flash drive using the NVIDIA web drivers. Things will be a little bit simple for you if you guys are using the good graphics card and the good motherboard. So again, this thing depends upon your computer speed, like the kind of components you are using and you have assembled on your computer, and especially the RAM and the processor speed do matters, as well as the graphics card. The good graphics card do matters when it comes to installing the Mac OS Catalina, or else starting from Mac OS 10 Sierra, Mac OS 10 Mojave, High Sierra, whatever it is. Good graphics card, RAM, as well as good processor do makes difference. I will pause this video and I'll resume this video once the installer window appears on the screen. So guys, here we are. We have our installer window here. I'm going to click on continue now, and I'll again continue. Now when this box appears, I'll click on agree, and this will give me the Mac disk here. So again, as I mentioned earlier, guys, I have already installed Mac on this drive, so that's why it is giving me this partition. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make a partition in your hard drive to install Mac OS 10. So by default, this partition will not be there. There will be nothing here. You'll first have to make a partition on which you can install Mac OS 10 Catalina. Now I'll have to go to utilities, and I'll select disk utility. You guys will not be able to see this Mac disk here, because by default the view is in show only volumes, so you guys won't be able to see this disk here. And if you guys are not able to see this disk, you can just click on this drop down and select show all drives, and this will bring up your primary hard drive in which you can make a partition for Mac OS 10. Now you have to select the hard drive, and you'll have to click on erase. Now once you click on erase, it will ask you to give a name to your drive. So I'll give OS 10 drive, or else let's go for Mac drive. Now for format, we'll have to go for macOS 10 extended journal, which is for Mac, and for scheme we'll have to keep it GUID partition map. Now once we are done with this, click on erase, and this will erase your hard drive and make a separate partition for you to install Mac OS 10. Now here you see disk 020S2. Now it will be Mac drive, since it has made a partition for us to install Mac. Now I'll close this. We are done with partitioning, so I'll close this. I'll come on Mac drive, highlight this, and I'll click on continue, and it will start installing the Mac OS 10 contents from my flash drive to my hard drive. Now guys, this process is divided into 3 parts. My computer will reboot itself 3 times. So this is the first part of it, wherein all the contents from the flash drive, all the Mac contents from the flash drive is getting written on my hard drive, or in the partition which we just made. After after the files getting transferred to my hard drive, it will restart itself, and the hard drive will again extract all the contents which it just transferred from the flash drive, and it will install the actual operating system onto it. And the third time, after it is done installing the Mac OS 10 contents in it, it will restart itself again, and it will again continue the installation bit, which will give me the installer window. It will ask me to select the language, it will ask me to give name to my computer, password, select the select the profile image and everything, and that's it. So 3 reboots. I'm gonna pause this video right here. I will resume the video once this thing completes 100%. My computer restarted itself, and this is the boot menu. This is the Clover bootloader. I'm going to go to my hard drive now, which I just made. So I'll come on boot Mac OS install from Mac drive, and I'll press spacebar. I'll again go on the option which says use NVIDIA web drivers. I'll press spacebar to check mark the box in front of it, and I'll go to the first option which says boot Mac OS with selected options. So I'm going to press enter, and it will start booting my computer from the Mac drive which I just made. So yeah, I'll just stop the video right here, because this is again going to take time. Once this restarts, it will again come to the Apple logo, and it will start the second bit of the installation, which is installing all the components from the hard drive to the partition which we just made inside it. I'm going to pause the video right here, and I'm going to start the video once this thing gets over. So as you can see right now, it has the Apple logo, and it started the installation process. It continued the installation process, and this will again gonna take some time. It will complete the entire progress bar, and it will again restart itself. So I'm gonna pause the video, and I'm gonna again come back once this thing completes till 100%, and my computer boots up itself again. My computer restarts itself. So I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, so now again it restarted itself, and it's gonna bring up the Clover bootloader again. This is the second time my computer restarted itself, and now we are on the page which has got 4 partitions. So basically the first one is my flash drive, the second one is a normal Firewall pre-boot from pre-boot drive, and this one is a recovery partition, and this one is the Mac drive. This one is the Mac partition. I'm going to again press spacebar, and again I'm going to go to use NVIDIA web drivers, and press spacebar to tick mark this box, and I'll go to boot Mac OS with selected option and press enter. Guys, so till the time we install our graphics text onto our machine, we have to use the arguments for NVIDIA web drivers, because if you don't do it, the graphic will be weird. So my computer by default takes the NVIDIA web drivers. So even though if I don't do it, it will still work fine. But in your case things will be different, so I thought of keeping things on the safer side and proceed accordingly. So I'm gonna again pause the video. This will take time. I'm gonna again pause the video and I'll come back once this thing completes. Now it has booted itself again to this Apple logo. It shows 1 of 1 and 100% completed. That means it is working on something. It will take time, and again this will complete the entire progress bar, and it will come to the screen which will ask us to select the country and the keyboard layout and everything. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna restart the video again. Again, restarted itself as we expected. Now again it will bring the Clover bootloader. I'm going to go for my Mac drive, which is this one, and I'll again press the space bar. I'll come on NVIDIA, use NVIDIA web drivers, press spacebar, and again go to the top option which says boot Mac OS with the selected option, and I'm going to press enter, and it will again start booting itself from the Mac drive which we just created. So again this will take some time. I'm going to pause the video. Now it has bring up the screen which is a gray screen and it's gonna give us the window in the center, and that will ask us to select a country. So anytime from now, the cursor was moving at the corner. Yeah, so this is a welcome screen, and I'll go at the bottom and select United States. Okay, I'll directly go for U, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times down arrow and click here and click continue, and I'm gonna leave this as it is and click continue. My computer is not connected to the network. I'll have to install the network text separately, so I'll just click on this radio button and go next and click on continue again. Data and privacy, click on continue. Don't transfer any information now, click on continue. License and agreement, agree, and give the name to your computer, or else give the name to your Mac. It's gonna be Adams8908. The password should be minimum of 6 letters. This will not give you one single letter password to put, so I'll put in the 6-letter password and click on continue. And this will again take some time to create my profile for Mac, and I'll just wait till the time it brings up the other page. Express setup page, I'm gonna click on continue. I'll click on continue. I'll click on setup later on this page. Now it's going to take a while to bring up the page which will ask us to select the theme. So here it is. Now I'm going to select this theme, dark one. Since this is the first boot, this will ask us to select or go for it, or else let's keep it to auto, and I'll go click continue. Now I think that last theme was not there when when it comes to Mojave, but yes, now there are 3 themes for us to select, and it is setting up my Mac. So guys, you really have to be patient because this will take time. It's a big file which got installed on our computer, so yeah, you'll have to wait. Now it's asking us to configure the keyboard, so I'm going to click on continue. Now it's asking us to press the button which is next to the shift key from the right, so Z and /, and it took the United States. I'm going to click on done. We have successfully installed macOS Catalina to our computer. I'm going to go to about this Mac, and this will open the information page. As you can see, it shows iMac, Catalina version 10.15, 3.29 GHz quad core Intel Core i5 processor. We've got 8 gigs of RAM. So this is the specification of my computer, guys. So we are done with installation bit. Now I'm gonna make a separate video where I will show you guys how to install text files to your Mac. I'll have the multi-beast for macOS and Mojave, because the time wherein I have installed macOS and Catalina, I mean this whole operating system on my computer, multi-beast was not available for macOS and Catalina, so I'm not using the multi-beast for Catalina because there is no option for now. But later on, if you guys are watching this video later, you guys might get multi-beast from Tony Mac's X86 website. It's a really difficult name to pronounce. So yeah, Tony Mac x86.com is the website where you can get the multi-beast for Catalina. So guys, that's it for now. I am not going to install the text file, and I'm not going to install the multi-beast for now, because this will not, most of them will not work on my computer. Few of them do work, but most of them doesn't work. So like the network text do work. Right now I don't have any internet connection to my computer. If I can just check and see if I have the access to the internet. No, I don't have the access to the internet. So guys, that's it for now. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions to ask, you guys can feel free to write down your questions in the comments box down there. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, Adam's Tech Guide, or else Adams8908. Right here below the video there will be a red subscribe button. Click on it to get notifications. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to get notifications for my future videos. I really apologize for the bad camera quality, because I'm just getting my work done using my phone. So the camera quality will not be that great, and this ambience is dark. I mean, it's like there are few lights here in this environment. For this, I will make the part 2 of this video wherein I will show you guys how to install the text for macOS and Catalina. Till then, stay tuned guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.